Hello, it is Monday night of my 26th week. So this Thursday I will be 27 weeks, which means I will be full term. I just did some unboxing downstairs on my Instagram. I got in some new Saint beauty products that I purchased myself. So I just wanted to kind of like look at it all. I didn't unbox this on my stories, but I did unbox a bunch of PR. Oh no. Bending over is really hard now. Oh my goodness. And then I also got some fun makeup and skincare that came in this week. So I can't wait to play with all this stuff. I'm just trying to take it easy. Still working hard, but you know, just trying to take it a little easier throughout the day. I get pretty winded and tired easily. So I got some new blushes. This is in Plum. This is the lip and cheek, and these are the new tins. Really beautiful because mascara rebranded to Saint. I'm pretty happy with the rebranding. I think it's much more elevated. So then we've got Angel highlight. I thought this would be pretty. I wanted to try out some of the other highlights, and then Honey, which is also really pretty looking. So this one's their old tin. Right now they're just phasing things out still. But by next year, everything will be Saint. And then Sandstone blush. That is what I was looking for. So let's try this on. I wanted something a little warmer for fall. Love that. Yes. Okay, I'm going to pop that into my case. It's so hard because I'm always like, should I downsize? But I love having options. So I think I'm going to keep it all out. I'm going to pop Desert Sunset, which was the first one I got. That's more of a glowy one. I'm gonna pop in the Sandstone. So beautiful. And then I wanted to see what Plum looked like on. I probably should have put Plum on first because it's a little bit more of a mauve tone. It'll be okay. I think I like that too. I think I like Plum a little bit more than Nude. Nude is really beautiful, but I think it looks better on people with like a fairer skin. Oh no! And with the highlight, so I've been using Pearl highlight, which is almost at pan. That's how much I love this stuff. Not to mention, I just love that it gets used and I don't feel like I'm wasting product or not using product. So I'm gonna put Honey on this side. This is more of a golden highlight. And then I'm going to try Angel on my left side. I don't know which one I like more. I think I like Honey more. Let me try. So Angel's got like a little bit more iridescence, I feel like. And then Honey's just really, really beautiful. So I think I'm going to pop Honey out and play with that. So these are the eyeshadows. I keep all my powders separate so that in case anything breaks or there's powder dust, it doesn't mess up my creams. I got some new eyeshadow colors. The new Saint packaging is going to come like this. And I got Zion, which is this beautiful like reddish brown. Love that. Coal, which looks really, really dark. But I think it's not as dark as I think it looks. Almost looks black, but I have Salem, which is black. And then I have Cocoa. Basically, I wanted some warmer browns. Really beautiful. The last one I got was Tawanda, which is this really pretty pink, which I don't normally pick, but I thought it would be pretty because it's like, look at that. That's really pretty. Not a shade I would normally pick for myself, but I wanted to try it out. I don't use all of the eyeshadows in here all the time, but I like having options. Here are all of my eyeshadows. And then it also came with a double decker. So I'm going to organize some of my blushes, I think, where I keep my blushes. So I think I'm just going to put all of my blushes and highlights in here until I get the larger artist palette. I obviously love helping you guys color match and all that stuff, so I am collecting way more, plus I love the makeup, but I also have a lot of the contours and most of the highlights, so that when you send me your photo to get a color match, I can look at your photo and help find the best color corrector and brightener for you. And then with the contours, they're a little bit easier, but I also have that for you guys. And then this is also contour that's left over, but I just have options so that I can swatch them and kind of gauge, like if you're like, hey, you matched me to this, but I would like something a little bit more coverage, then I would go darker, but using the tones of your face, the darkest tones of your face, to color correct any redness or darkness or hyperpigmentation. And then a lot of times, like my friend was like, hey, I don't like this contour, I feel like it's too warm, because she bought olive, and I was like, Astoria is a little more gray. If you want even grayer, go with henna. Henna is actually lighter than Astoria, but it's the tone. So with this 3D foundation, it's all about the tone. I just love playing with everything. I'm gonna put all the blushes in one palette, I think. And the holiday collection just is gonna be launched tomorrow, but much later after you guys see this. And I'm really excited about what's to come for that. All of the matte blushes I own and the glossy blushes I own, except for the ones in my container, in my personal palette that I'm using. And then I have the highlights, so that's Angel, Rose Gold. And then I have the Cayman bronzer, the Glamazing highlight, which is super pigmented, and then some extra eyeshadows that I don't really wear that often. Really pretty, but don't really reach for. Oh, and then I like keeping these tins because one, they're beautiful, and then two, I use them if I need to dig things out. It makes things a lot easier to dig out. But so this is my updated palette, perfect for the fall winter. I am in Amber for my color corrector, which is the darkest tone of my face, a little bit more yellow to color correct any slight redness or discoloration. Then I brighten with White Peach. My contour is Astoria currently. I also really like henna for something a little bit more shadowy. My Bella bronzer, which is absolutely my favorite bronzer. Whenever I don't wear this, I miss it and I reach for it. And then I switched out my blushes, so I am now going to be using Sandstone and Plum. Then I've got Shadow, which is a great nose contour, but I like using it for my brows. Pearl highlight, or Pearl illuminator, and then I added in the Honey illuminator. I might switch one of these out for Angel just to play around. And then I've got all of my eyeshadows here. My favorite ones are going to be Sabrina, Stay Golden, and then I kind of play around with purples and browns. My translucent setting powder. I actually really like this, and every time I reach for a palette to kind of like play with a palette, an eyeshadow palette, I'll enjoy it, but I honestly go back to this all the time. So something about just buying singles that you know you're gonna wear is good. It's just better. Great tip if you want to travel and you want like a lip and cheek with you in your purse or something, and you don't even want to have like a small compact like this, you can just put the tins back on. I got these new It Cosmetics Pillow Lips. They're lip serums. They're 5-in-1. And I was so excited to get these. I can't wait to try them out. So this one's very pinky, which is in the shade Marvelous. This looks like something I would like, a Humble. So I think you click it. Oh, there's like a nice little minty. Very hydrating. Really like that a lot. So this was in Humble. You can see it's very sheer, but it looks good on the lips, like once it's on there too. So let's see what other colors I'm drawn to. Wistful. Ooh, this looks like a pretty nude. Yeah, that's definitely a nude I would wear. 1111. That's very pinky. I'm gonna save that for somebody else. Moment. That looks pretty, like a berry stain, which I would totally wear. Gaze. This looks, ooh, that's very plummy. Then this one is in Wink. That's very pink. I'm probably not gonna wear that one, so I'm gonna save that. And then Like a Dream. Oh, that's a really pretty like brownie. So I have 3 very pinky ones that aren't really suited for me, so I'm going to save that for someone else. I love the way these wipes smell. These are the Kai Naturals. Smells so lovely. I wanted to try this Laguna bronzer because I haven't worn Laguna bronzer since like I first started YouTube. I don't even know if I still... That does not look like a bronzer I typically wear anymore, but oh, you know what? It's a good old bronze. I like that. Really excited about having that back in my life. There's these beautiful Audacious lipsticks in the holiday collection from NARS. I just remember how much I loved these. So I think Barbara, I actually owned this one when the Audacious lipsticks first came out. Really beautiful nude. Mona, I'm not quite sure I have ever had, but I think this is a really pretty like rosy toned Your Lips But Better. Audrey, which I know I used to own. So I'm really excited to have these 3. Those are beautiful holiday packaging too. I think I'm actually going to take some of this makeup off because I was testing something out and it's not like my face makeup is not from Saint. We are doing a dry run to the hospital. How was it?
It was good. It was not bad at all, actually. It only took us like 25 minutes.
We actually live kind of far from the hospital that I'm delivering at, but my doctor moved my appointment to a telehealth appointment later today, so we figured we'd spend the morning and see where labor and delivery, parking, and all that stuff, and we double checked. That's the entrance 24/7 and that there will be somebody to take the car 24/7. So 25 minutes on a good day. We'll probably leave 45 to an hour just to be safe in case there's traffic. And now we're just trying to order some coffee. I'm getting a decaf because everything's curbside. We're trying to figure out how to log back into this thing. The hospital looks nice. We can't go in unless you need to because of COVID, so that's okay. I don't really need a hospital tour. We'll call the maternity ward and ask some more questions that I have, but other than that...
I wish they would do a video. Like
a video tour?
Yeah, like put it on their website and just kind of give you an overall, you know?
Yeah. Everybody that I've talked to that's delivered there says the hospital is really nice. We haven't heard anything bad.
No, not at all.
From firsthand. I mean, if you Google, you'll always find the negatives. But honestly, most of the negative reviews were about billing, which I imagine really upset people. Welcome to America healthcare system.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so when it comes to billing, honestly, like, I get it. I totally get it. People have a right to be upset. So I assume billing is always a nightmare, and depending on your insurance and depending on like how...
Yeah, there's so much that goes into that.
Yeah, like it... Look, I'm not going to say I'm not going to complain about billing.
Oh, I'm going to complain. I can tell you right now I'm going to complain.
But so far no one said anything like horrible about the staff or cleanliness or treatment or anything like that. Oh, there were 2 reports of bad treatment, but it was more for elderly and not for labor and maternity. Not saying that that's okay. Yeah. Just different department.
That puppy, Shiba.
Tiny Shiba.
I think it might be like a mini bread type Shiba.
Ooh.
You have to reorder.
Oh. No coffee. They're closed. We placed an order, realized it was at the wrong coffee shop, canceled it, and then realized the one we were at was closed. So we're just headed home now. You're so mad. Well, it was more like it took us 30 minutes to kind of figure out how to use the app and download it. It's Thursday. Chris and I are having lunch in the car because, you know, LA is a hot mess with this pandemic and California is leading the country. I have lots of thoughts and feelings, but anyways, trying to move past those thoughts and feelings. I got chili cheese fries, so healthy. Not just kidding. Don't eat what I eat right now. Chris got Chipotle. I got a decaf Phil's for later and a Susie Cakes cookie for later, but Chris only bought me one. So during this entire pandemic, when they reopened, you had to buy 4. So the trick was, I would say I want a cookie. He would have to buy me a box of them and I would eat them. But he would also eat them. And so he's trying to be better. I'm kind of taking advantage of the last little bit of my pregnancy. I do try to make sure I have all the nutrients that I know baby and I need, but I'm also just kind of like, I really want treats.
Those cookies are delicious. But if they're in the house, I'm going to eat them. So.
You don't even make it to the house. You just start eating.
That's right.
And
so if you want more, I can just run out and get more.
I know.
But if they're in the house, there's no way they're in the house.
I don't need more than one either.
What do you guys get when you go to Chipotle? Best thing, because I can get no rice, no beans, just chicken, cheese, a little of the tomatoes, and sour cream.
You can get a little rice. It's just that it upsets your tummy.
And some days, like if I'm training really hard, like at the house, I'll get a little rice, just to have that little extra bit of energy. But for the most part, I avoid it. But
I like the chicken bowls you make for me because when I eat the Chipotle ones, I notice that my face looks more swollen. Whereas the ones he makes, because we use avocado oil, I don't know what oil is in Chipotle stuff.
Yeah.
But you guys want to avoid seed oils if possible.
Yeah, we use avocado, or I use avocado oil to
or
cook
butter.
Well, I use avocado oil to cook the chicken, and butter when I'm making cauliflower rice.
I just noticed I look and feel better, even though technically it's the same food. So that's the thing, when you eat out, you just never know what's in it.
Yeah, but it's that should tell you right there, like how much of a difference something as simple as the oil you use to cook your food, how much of a difference that can make.
But Chris is creating lots of videos over on LeadFit, so if you ever need fitness, health stuff. And once baby gets here, I will go back to filming nutrition videos and fitness videos once I'm cleared to work out again. Today, I am officially 37 weeks, which means I'm full term. Ideally, my doctor would like my baby to come at 38 or 39 weeks, just because then we for sure know that the lungs are matured. You know, if I went into labor now, it's okay.
Yeah, it should be okay.
Okay, I'm gonna eat my food now. It's Friday, and I did my makeup, ate breakfast, did some emails, some postings and work. Now I'm back in bed. I feel guilty whenever I'm just like, I need a minute. I'm going back in bed. I usually make the bed so that I don't do this. She's a drop-in, and I can feel it. So I've been crampy for a few days now, pretty consistently. Not contractions, not Braxton Hicks, just crampy. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, Saturday, to get my strep B test, as well as to check my cervix to see if I started dilating. Ideally, we hope she comes at the end of 38 weeks, 39 weeks, just to be safe. Can't believe it. That's only like 2-3 weeks max. Can't believe I'm gonna meet her in real life. She's kicking like crazy. She's so active. Sometimes it hurts, but it's really strange. I don't know. So many feelings, thoughts. Hey guys, so I had my doctor's appointment and I got my strep B test. We have to wait 2 to 3 days to find out if I'm positive or negative. It's a very common thing. 1 in 4 women are positive, and all they do is make sure that you are on antibiotics when delivering so that the strep B doesn't go to the baby. But it's harmless to adults. It's just one of those things that's like potentially harmful for the baby. So common test, got that done. Love my doctor. We're gonna skip next week because it's Thanksgiving, and then I'll be seeing her every week until I deliver, which honestly might only be one more week.
Yeah.
She was all like,
next time we see her, we'll probably be in the delivery room.
she was like, wow, she's low. And I'm like, yeah, it feels like she's really low. But that doesn't mean that she's coming. It just means it should be a quicker delivery, hopefully.
She'll come out quicker.
Hopefully. We've been doing the, I can never say
perineal massage.
Yeah.
As well as the massage, or the pushing on the sacrum and the sacroiliac joints to widen them and to drop the sacrum. And so it's creating a space for the baby to get into, so that when it is time, she slides like a water slide.
So basically, Chris and I are nerds, and we do a lot of research, and so I know that tearing is a high likely possibility, but I want to minimize the tearing. So based on everything that we heard about, around 34 to 35 weeks, you can start doing perineal massages. So we started around 36 weeks to be safe. Talk to your care providers before you do it. For the positioning, I started doing basically like down dog and puppy stretches because of my physical therapist, to open up my pelvis and my hips. And then because I am dealing with like low back discomfort, we also started doing the, which one do you call it?
I don't even know if it has a name. When I watched the things, they never called it by a specific name. They just demonstrated on how to do it.
So that one's more intense. I also learned one from my birth class, Built to Birth, which is way more intense, where I'm on a bed or a couch, and this one you really need a partner just to make sure you don't fall. And then you like lean upside down and hold it for 30 seconds, and then you come back up, and you have to stay that way for 20 to 30 seconds to make sure you balance out. But we were doing that too, just to like relieve pressure.
Yeah.
And by doing those like exercises that just felt good for my body, or stretches that felt good for my body, baby was already head down by third trimester. And doctor said that she wasn't going to be moving much other than like positioning her butt in different,
which she does. She wiggles.
She wiggles her butt, but her head's down, and it's been down, and she's low.
Yeah, and I think, look, you have to treat your body, you know, good throughout the process of this. You know, so the delivery part, you can't just like be pregnant and then all of a sudden you're in the hospital delivering. I think it's a, you know, it's a training modality like anything else. Like if your body was going to or if you were going to train for some sort of athletic endeavor or sporting event, you would want to, you know, not just go play, you want to train for it. So,
well, we looked at getting pregnant as a physical.
Well, in my mind, it was a fight. So we were training for a fight.
In a health thing. And then once I did get pregnant, the training changed and shifted.
It does, like.
And it doesn't take a lot of time. I would say like 10, 15 minutes a day. The research takes more time, but the information's out there and it's free for the most part. We did pay to take a online birth class. I think that was definitely worth it.
Yeah.
But everything else has been, my physical therapy hasn't been free.
Well, I mean, it's because we have insurance for that.
Well, I still pay 60% out of pocket, but
yeah, but it's really helpful.
It's been really helpful and worth it. And it's also like in this time of like quarantine, it's like the only time I get to see other people. That has been nice as well. But we're gonna go get heirloom for brunch because we only have so many without a baby.
Little one.
A little one with us.
Little one.
And for the first 8 weeks, we won't be going out to eat for a while. Just because she won't be vaccinated, and
hopefully we'll have a friend be able to like pick up groceries, but if not, I'll go get them. But other than that, probably won't leave the house much.
Yeah, mainly for her protection.
Yeah, and not necessarily it's like, oh, COVID, which obviously factors in.
No, COVID or not, this is how.
Yeah, like flu season, like just she's not got all of her, you know, antibodies built up. You know, it's just better. It's safe. We did the same thing for Dolly when we brought Dolly home. Like Dolly didn't go out to.
Same with Chance.
And Chance too. They didn't go out to, you know, go to the bathroom. We built them a place on our back porch, you know, with puppy pads and stuff, so that they could become the healthiest versions of themselves before being exposed to the greater outside
and getting their vaccines.
world. Yeah.
We believe in vaccines to vaccinate our baby within reason. It's our personal choice.
Yeah, we just want to try and, you know, give her the most healthy start that we can, and we feel like that's the best way to do it.
We're not going to be aggressive with it. We're just going to do the recommended. So that is what it is, and you can do what you want with your baby.
Do you, boo-boo. Do you.
Oh, I did finish officially, like, I got Chris's blanket, we got Chris an outfit, and his toiletries are in the hospital suitcase. It's not a hospital bag, it's a freaking suitcase.
It's a giant suitcase.
I added a couple more.
Like, we might be staying the week as far as they're concerned, looking at it.
I added a couple more lip balms and hand lotions.
Lip balm at the...
No, for the nurses.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because we got the gift basket.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I have a giant suitcase, but it has a pillow, a full-size pillow, a full-size blanket. It has a cooler for my placenta, which takes up like a quarter of that suitcase, and it's hard, so it doesn't squish. I have the gift basket with all of the nurse gifts in there. And I have then, like, my clothes honestly only take up like this much space because I'm not planning on wearing much. I have my slippers. I brought Chris disposable slippers. I have 2 towels.
Because Versace didn't want to go to the hospital.
And then I have, look, I have a lot of stuff. If you watch what I packed in my hospital bag, clearly I overpacked, but this is the one situation where all mamas have told me to just overpack. It's okay. The next one, if we're blessed with another one, I'll figure it out from there.
Trial and error.
Yeah, so I think it's fine. And I know that like second time moms are like, oh shoot, I forgot to pack my hospital bag, because they're just like pros at it.
Yeah.
I think your first one, you have a right to overpack.
I know this is up on your More Serein channel. If you are new to us and you don't know, we also have a fitness channel called Lead Fit. There's a lot of really great exercises on there, and I bring this up because I was talking to a follower yesterday who she's been doing really good with her exercising, but she's having trouble like getting, you know, her breathing under control. She wants to panic, you know, breathe as we up her intensity in her workouts. And so I directed her to a video that we put up last week, and it's called a Fibromyalgia workout for beginners. But realistically, guys, that video is for everybody, and it's really good to help you with your breathing, and it's low impact movements. So if you're someone who suffers from not just fibromyalgia, but you have chronic pain or anxiety or whatever, go over and do that particular video, because the movements are very slow and deliberate, but also the breathing techniques that are in that video will help you calm down. It will help you release some of that anxiety. So definitely go check that out, because when she told me that, I was like, oh, this is perfect for you, and I think it would help a lot of you guys too. So go check it out.
Oh, part of my like prepping for labor is breathing. I'm feeling good. I was talking to my doctor. She's like, I feel like you're gonna be that patient who just, as this is happening, I'm like, oh my god, it's happening. I'm like, yeah, that's totally gonna be me. Like, obviously we tried to get pregnant, we got pregnant, I've been pregnant, but it's like now that it's like the last couple weeks, I'm like, wait, oh my gosh, this is
coming.
It's not even that I'm panicked, it's just like,
well, it's not a panic, it's just like, wow, life is about to change forever.
Yeah. It's just crazy. I'm just a little like, it's happening.
Indeed.
Car seats back there, the base. We just have to, I think we're gonna move it to that side because our car is kind of small and I'm kind of big right now. So it's just not comfortable for me to have to sit this close to the dashboard.
Yeah.
So we'll move it on that side and then we'll move it back once I'm recovered. So, but you said it was pretty easy.
It was really easy. People were making it out to be harder, and even the videos that I watched on how to install it
made it seem harder.
Well, they just made it seem like here's where you're gonna have trouble, and literally I had no problem getting that thing in whatsoever.
Honestly, I feel like that's kind of the story of our lives this whole pregnancy.
Yeah, like it's just if you if you look at it from a practical standpoint of like how it should work, you're like, oh, this makes complete sense. And it's designed really, what's the brand?
Nuna.
Nuna. So Nuna was really smart in how they designed it. It's perfect if you just think about it from how it's supposed to work. So if you just look at it from that way, it fits right in. It's easy. It took me maybe 7 minutes to do it from start to finish.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I feel like this entire pregnancy, the things that people say were going to be really hard or tough have not been. And then the things that were supposed to be easy have been like the toughest.
Like retaining your doctor should be easy. However,
no. Like who would have ever thought doctor's office practice shuts down without any notice in your 3rd trimester? I don't know, just like random stuff. If they have popcorn, oh, they're probably not doing it because of COVID.
Yeah. That's not something I would recommend. But we're also on our way to get food, so.
Okay, we're picking up my dry cleaning from last year. So we're just trimming the tree. So my dad used to think trimming the tree meant taking the tree in the backyard and literally trimming the tree.
Not like wrong as far as the definition of trimming, but
it is when you went to like a tree farm and picked out the perfect tree already and they trimmed it for you perfectly.
Yeah.
We're just reusing a lot of things. The only thing we bought was the tree, which we'll reuse. The star and the ribbon and the lights. We just were in the garage. I was like going a little crazy nesting and we found all the ornaments. We have 2 boxes of Christmas stuff that we just realized is in my storage unit. But it's okay. We'll make do with what we have. Because I'm not driving down there right now. I actually think this is like the best our trees ever look.
It's a cute little tree.
We need to get something.
A
skirt down there. We just haven't found any we like. I'm really happy with this tree.
Looks good.
So I was telling Chris how next year we'll probably have a family tree. I'm gonna grab all the ornaments from my childhood, all that stuff, and then we'll have an Instagram tree. And he's like, where are we gonna put 2 trees? I think this will probably be our family tree next year.
Yeah.
And we'll get a bigger one for Instagram. And when I say Instagram, I mean like blogging and like, you know, like the adult tree. Oh, don't do that, don't do that. No. I had these little stockings put up last week. C, S, L. But then we found these gaudy ones from Disney that we had bought when we first met. And I had ironed on our names. So he's like, let's use these. So I also had these fireplace hooks. And I mean, they kind of go with our house. We'll get one for baby Elle when she gets here. And then we'll have like, again, we'll have like the family one. And then we'll have like the pretty Instagrammy one for shooting content and things. Yeah. And these are just little tchotchkes I've had. I think I'm gonna take these baubles and put them in a mason jar and put them as a centerpiece. I think you've done that before, actually. Yeah. So I just put the baubles in a little vase. I have my base candle from Diptyque, one that I made at an event almost like a year ago at this point. I haven't lit that yet. And then we're still burning our pumpkin spice one from Dermae, which was so lovely. I think it's nice. I also found this runner. Apparently I had this runner. Chris was like, where did you get this runner? I must have been storing it. But we also have some table, what do you call those? Placemats? Placemats. Where'd you put them?
Underneath the toaster.
Yeah, so we have some placemats, but we don't really have room for the placemats, and I like the table runner more, so we'll use the placemats if we need it. I feel like it looks really nice and festive in here now.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Like, not too much, but just enough, because our place is so small. I mean, it's not small. It's small, but not, like...